Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book Future Crimes, a creation by Marc Goodman. In Future Crimes, 2015, the author thoughtfully examines the risks associated with utilizing the extensively connected technologies of the present. Whether due to negligence or lack of knowledge, we unknowingly provide criminals with a wealth of personal information that they eagerly exploit for their own gain. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Marc Goodman, an FBI futurist, has provided consultation services to various organizations, including Interpol, the United Nations, NATO, the LAPD, and the US government. His expertise spans areas such as security, business, and international affairs. Additionally, he holds prominent positions as Global Security Advisor and Chair of Policy and Law at Singularity University, which is sponsored by NASA and Google in Silicon Valley. With 8 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, the text discusses how modern technology threatens our integrity and enables new forms of crime. The influence of the internet and the cloud on society is massive and mostly beneficial. However, there is a dark side to it, with new forms of crime emerging. Hackers aren't the only threat, as companies like Google, Facebook, and Angry Birds also pose risks to our integrity and safety. It's important to read user agreements, but there are other ways to protect ourselves. The summarizer explains what Angry Birds knows about us, why writing a novel in Google Docs may be risky, and why connecting city services like the sewer department to the internet is a bad idea. Key idea number 1. With the merging of the online and offline worlds, the question arises, can we truly log out and disconnect? Since the 1950s, computers have become smaller and more powerful. Technology has become an essential part of our lives, with many people checking their phones first thing in the morning and keeping them within arm's reach all the time. This attachment to technology can cause anxiety when we are without it. We spend a significant amount of time online each day, often without considering the potential risks. Hackers can easily infiltrate our devices, especially if we have weak passwords or use the same password for multiple accounts. To improve security, companies are implementing multi-factor authentication, but we should also change our passwords regularly and make them long and complex. Key idea number 2. The text is questioning the concept of smart devices and wondering if there are any similar advancements for humans. Smartphones collect a lot of personal data on our habits and relationships. Google, for example, can access your calls and use that information to create targeted ads. Many users are unaware of the extent of data gathering and how it is used for advertising and forecasting future behavior. A study showed that only 5% of Angry Birds users knew the app collected locational data and sold it to advertisers. The majority of Android apps also check online activities and collect location data without permission. There have been cases where this data has been used inappropriately, such as an app that displayed women's information based on their proximity. It is important to pay attention to the privacy implications and terms of service when using smartphone apps. Key idea number 3. The concept of free online comes with hidden costs. Tech companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn offer their services for free because their users are actually the product and the main source of income. These companies make money not just from advertisements, but also by collecting and utilizing user data. People often overlook the fact that their privacy is compromised when using these services. The information shared, such as search history or social media posts, can be stored and potentially used against them in unexpected ways. Terms and conditions are designed to be ignored, and users may unknowingly give up their rights to their own content. Key idea number 4. With the rapid expansion of the internet, the scope of cyber crimes has also seen a significant increase. Hackers, terrorists, and even governments are engaged in a range of illegal activities in the online realm. Hacking has evolved since the early days, with the focus now on possessing information for an advantage. The NSA and Chinese hackers have targeted individuals and companies for this purpose. The migration of data to the cloud raises concerns about privacy and security, requiring better regulations. It is important for individuals to stay informed and take measures to protect their data. Key idea number 5. Posting information and pictures online can have negative consequences, as we may later regret them. According to a study by the Rand Corporation, most hackers are actually employed by companies or governments and are closer to the age of 30. Cybercrime is organized, and we need to be careful about what we post online, as it can invite burglars to target our homes. Hackers can also use hidden data in pictures to target individuals. Deleting online profiles isn't a simple solution, as someone could pose as you. Be mindful of what you post on social networks, as there may be others watching. The reliance on the internet also has far-reaching effects on society. Key idea number 6. The internet has potential for both great and terrible things in the future. The number of devices connected to the internet is expected to increase to 50 billion by 2020. This trend aims to make our lives easier by allowing devices to communicate and share data. However, this also increases our vulnerability to cyber attacks. We need to be aware that our cameras and other devices could be streaming live to someone else, even when we think they are turned off. One simple solution is to cover the camera lens when not in use. Key idea number 7. Relying on internet connectivity for critical infrastructure leaves us vulnerable during emergencies. The internet has revolutionized our infrastructure, but it also poses significant risks. Various critical systems like transportation, utilities, communication, and healthcare rely heavily on the internet. If these systems are hacked, the consequences could be catastrophic. For example, an attack on a city's electricity grid could cause chaos, with no lights, elevators, ATMs, and more. There have already been instances of hacking, such as in South Houston, where the water pumps failed, posing a risk to thousands of people if chemicals were mixed incorrectly. Similarly, errors in computer systems have led to dangerous criminals being released from prison and thousands of people being falsely accused of crimes. It's important to evaluate whether the benefits of connecting infrastructure to the internet outweigh the risks. Key idea number 8. Technology should not have more influence in our decision-making process than our own judgment. New technologies like robotics, AI, genetics, and 3D printers will have a significant impact on our lives. The positive or negative effects depend on who controls them. Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk believe that technology development will permanently change humanity's path. We must decide how much of this technology we want in our lives. However, we need to be cautious about vulnerabilities to cyber threats. Encrypt data, use guest accounts, turn off unnecessary features, and avoid using public networks for sensitive information. In conclusion, modern technology and the internet have changed the way we interact and how criminals commit crimes. Our information on the internet puts us at risk of criminal abuse. Research new apps to ensure they protect your privacy and location. Spam Nation by Brian Krebs is suggested further reading on the illegal industry of spammers and cyber criminals. Feedback on the book is welcome. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.